Hey, it's Phil with the Phil Aitken Home Team at Keller Williams. I'm here with my good friend Jim Schwed, and Jim Schwed is with Solar Tech. So, Jim, tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Well, my wife and I put solar electric on our home about 7 years ago. Had a wonderful experience, and I was traveling a lot in my former career and decided to get involved part-time in the industry. And I joined the industry part-time, and I've been full-time the last 6 years with Solar Tech. They've been around since 1981.
Wow, 1981. That's a long time for solar, isn't it?
Yes, it is, considering most companies have just emerged in the last 10 or so years as far as the level of what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm assuming that solar's come a long way over the last year, big push for Go Green. Yeah. So why solar? What are the benefits of solar?
Well, what most people don't realize is they're actually paying for solar when they pay an electric bill every month. And obviously solar electric's not the only thing we do. We heat pools and we do a number of things, but just transitioning money that has no return on investment to buy something tangible and do something positive for the environment is a great thing. It can also be a retirement strategy.
A retirement strategy? Yeah. Tell me more about that.
Well, you take the money that you're utilizing for solar to pay for it with the money that had no return on investment. Once the solar is paid for, you've got thousands of dollars a year, literally exponentially. It could be $3,000 to $5,000 or more a year that you've got to utilize in your retirement planning once the solar's paid off. It depends on how fast you want to pay it off, of course.
So is the electric authorities, are they paying you once you got it paid off?
Interesting question. Here in Jacksonville, we have a little bit of a controversial topic regarding that because JEA took a stance that was not necessarily proactive for solar, so people are battling that. Batteries are what you need in Duval County, but most solar customers, if you will, have the opportunity to sell back their electricity to the utility company. It's a little bit of a gray area right now with Jacksonville.
But the whole industry is changing and it's coming.
It is. In fact, 50% of all solar electric that's being installed in North America is being done by the utility companies, and they prefer that residential people don't talk to me.
Really?
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, very interesting, very interesting. So how does solar work? Tell us a little bit about that.
Basically, in the solar electric side of the equation, you're basically taking a cell which is manufactured from silica, and a semiconductor is created, and there'll be 60 cells within a residential panel, which is roughly 3.5 by 5.5. And when the sunlight hits it, it creates an energy source. It's converted from DC to AC. It's put in the circuit breaker panel, and you're running your home on sunshine.
Wow. Wow. What if it's a lot of cloudy days? How does that affect it?
It's augmented by the fact that you're grid connected, so you're always going to be connected to the grid. And that way you've got that guarantee. Of course, we can't do anything at nighttime, so you're what's called a grid-tied solar electric system. So you're combining that.
Very interesting. When we talk about solar companies, how do they work?
Basically, you find a contractor that you feel comfortable with, and there's a lot that are out there. I mean, we aren't going to say we're the only solar company. In fact, we've created a piece of marketing that we share with people on the front end to say, hey, we're confident in what we do. Get a couple of other proposals. We'd like you to obviously go with us. We know we're not going to guarantee ourselves a home consultation, a sale every time, but bottom line is you meet with a solar contractor and you pick who you want, just like you would a remodeling contractor for a kitchen. The difference here is that we happen to do all of our own work, and most solar contractors do not do all their own work. Most do not contain electrical contracting license in their portfolio, so they have to build a relationship with the electrical contractor, and we own our own electrical contracting firm, so everything's in-house. Many solar companies are actually subbing out the panel installations as well, so you could have 3 moving targets with one purchase of a solar electric system.
So with Solar Tech, it's a one-stop shop and everyone's held accountable, right?
Absolutely, all of our own people. We also are a Generac whole house generator dealership, so we do that. The only segment in that category that we don't do is we're not gas contractors, so we build a relationship with a gas contractor to hook up the gas, if you will, but beyond that, we're 100% in-house.
Very good. So it sounds like you've got everything's under one roof, and there's some financial benefits for doing solar, and it could potentially be a retirement strategy as well. So if someone were to say, hey, how do I learn more? Is that a free consultation?
Absolutely. We offer an in-home evaluation of the services that are in the home. Sometimes the panel will need to be upgraded. We'll take care of that. There are federal tax credits, which maybe a little ahead of you on this, but there are federal tax credits that benefit the consumer with regards to the project and the financial side of the equation. So, but we do offer a free consult. We'll look at the feasibility. Sometimes there's occasions where we will not be able to help a customer because of trees. And if trees can be trimmed or in some cases have to be removed, we'll suggest that. That can even be put into the project and funded by a very, very low interest loan.
Very interesting. What are some other common questions that people may ask about, hey, if I were to do so, what else do I need to know?
Well, you need to know that about 50% of our competition has a tendency not to disclose everything. And I'm not saying that people are trying to deceive anybody, but a homeowner needs to know solar does not work when the grid is down. And the reason for that is that you have generation of energy at such a capacity that it has to go somewhere, and it doesn't always have the means to be consumed in the house. That's why you want to have an interconnection agreement with the utility company facilitated by, we'll take care of that for our customers. You want to have that energy go to potentially a battery if you chose to add that to the solar project. But the fact that you're selling energy to the power company means that that energy is usually more than what the house is consuming. And therefore, to protect a employee of a power company in the event of a grid down scenario and someone's out working on a transformer, they would get killed by the excess energy that would be going into the circuitry of that particular neighborhood. So solar inverters that change the energy from DC to AC, they're mandated through National Electrical Code, and one of many that they have to turn off if they don't sense the grid. So they're looking for the grid at all times to send that excess energy in there, and that's how you can, sometimes throughout the year you can have enough energy sold back to the power company you can pay for your nighttime use. So,
wow.
You know, that's another advantage. But, you know, finding the right contractor, having a comfort level of trust with that contractor, and again, next year we'll celebrate 40 years of being in business.
40 years, wow.
Family-owned business. Patrick and Tracy Altier are the owners, and her parents actually started the business in 1981. And
wow. Patrick
came out of the banking industry, and in that 2008-2009 timeline, he transitioned into the solar industry, and he's great family to work with and for, and they care about the outcome. And that's the thing about our company is integrity is everything associated with a project. You know, there is project risk, and you have to find the right contractor that you're comfortable with.
Sure. So if our friends and customers want to get in touch with you, what's the best for them to connect with you?
Go solartrek.com. Again, go solartrek.com. Check out our website. We have an 800 number, which I can offer, but we service an area from our main office in Ocala throughout Central Florida over into the Gulf Coast area. And we have an office here in Jacksonville, so I personally can offer to come to anyone's home from Georgia to Flagler.
Great. And tell folks what your phone number is to get a hold of you.
You can dial 904-314-2425 for a free consultation anywhere in this area. And if you are outside of our area, then I'll route one of our other representatives to you.
Very good. Well, it's been a great time. Good friend Jim Schwed and with Solar Tech. And you know how to get a hold of Jim now. And thanks so much for joining us.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
It's been great.